This is going to be one of the most candid videos on my channel. So if you're a psychology student, a psychologist, or just somebody who wants to know more about this profession, I'm going to be talking about top 5 things I wish I knew earlier before starting my degree in psychology. If you're new to this channel, my name is Anvitasethi. I have a master's degree in clinical psychology and I have been in this field for the past 7 years. So subscribe to my channel, and before wasting any time, let's get into the video. So one of the first things that I feel I do not and I cannot emphasize on this more, that the internships that are provided to students in psychology in India are not worth the time. And in my humble opinion, it is one of the biggest money-making scams in psychology right now. And in no way I want to generalize my opinion. I do know that there are a lot of organizations out there who are doing the right work and helping students gain the practical skills. But I feel that the tradition has gone on for a very long time. And the internships that are structured in India for psychology are more theoretical in nature. So you learn a lot about the skills, case history, MSc, but you don't learn about the practical skills of giving therapy to the client. So what ends up happening is that I'm spending 1 month's worth money on somebody teaching me the theoretical skills of psychology, which I could have learned from a book, from my professor, or from a video as well. So I don't think that this makes sense at all until and unless the course structure of internships change. And I feel that from my internships, I learned about understanding how a psychiatrist and a psychologist work together. There were a lot of problems as well in the setup because some of the most senior psychiatrists that I observed did not respect psychology as a profession a lot. And as a budding student, you don't like that because you're so passionate about a subject for a long time, and then there's the senior professional who doesn't respect it enough, who doesn't consider it important, so you start questioning the field itself. But that is not true now. I know a lot of good psychiatrists who understand the importance of collaborative process and how to and when to refer clients to a psychologist as well. So yeah, and if you want to know more about this particular topic, I've already made a separate video discussing how to find the right internships for you in the field of psychology. If you want to check out that video, I've mentioned it link in the description box below. Okay. Second thing that I wish I emphasized more on was taking therapy and supervision while in my bachelor's and master's. So I'll talk about in length and why I feel it's important. So taking therapy for psychology students, I feel, is a must, and it should be in the curriculum of every university, especially at a master's level. Why? Why is that? Because before a psychologist, you're a human being. And as human beings, you are going through a lot of different experiences which may have caused you trauma, which may have caused you to experience anxiety, and you may not have recovered from those experiences. And when you are a psychologist sitting in front of a client and the client is talking about their trauma and anxiety, if you have not healed, it is very likely that those things get triggered for you and hamper the therapeutic alliance and do not help the client at that point in time. So it is important for you to take therapy, heal from your experiences, and then sit in front of the client to help them heal. And I think therapy should be an ongoing process. It shouldn't just be that you took therapy in your master's degree and now you're qualified to become a psychologist. No, I think therapy has to be a very ongoing process because life will always be challenging and you'll always have some problem or the other. And it's very good to have a person who can neutrally, objectively tell you that, hey, what's going on, give you a different perspective of life so that you are healing in your journey and helping out other human beings as well. Okay. Apart from that, supervision, and why is it important? So supervision is a process in which you go to a senior psychologist who has a number of experience working in this field and have dealt with different kind of clients, and talk to them about the challenges that you're facing in the setting. Challenges can be ethical challenges, legal challenges, just general therapeutic challenges that you're encountering. Could be resistance from client, could be that the client wants you to go to a lawyer with them and report their case. Could be anything. So I think that mentorship and regular mentorship is extremely important, especially for budding psychologists who are just starting out their degree. And in India, there are two kinds of supervisions that are available. One is group supervision and the other is individual supervision. For me personally, individual supervision is something that works, but for a lot of people, group supervisions also work. So it's your choice, but I think that it really helps. So the third thing that I wish I knew earlier includes focusing more on learning and gaining therapeutic skills. And I feel that this is true for me. I don't know if you have experienced this or not. But I feel that the curriculums in bachelor's, master's, MPhil of psychology focus a lot on diagnosing. Like we are made to read and ratify the entire DSM-5 and ICD-10. I know I have done it in our psychopathology classes. But if you are a psychologist, especially with a master's degree, your job will not be to diagnose people. It will be to perform extensive therapy sessions and counseling, for which you need to know a lot of these therapeutic skills and techniques which can be employed very easily into the treatment. I feel that I don't feel that university is completely devoid you of teaching therapeutic skills, but it is a very imbalanced ratio. So they would focus more 70% on diagnostics and 30% on teaching you those therapeutic skills, which I feel is not enough. I think therapeutic skills should be valued over diagnostic skills, because I think that diagnosis is more job of a psychiatrist and a clinical psychologist and not of a counseling psychologist. And you'll learn how to understand symptomology, diagnose, and even spot patterns of a certain disorder. But what do you do if you don't know what are the next steps in treatment? Even in our masters, we were taught really well cognitive behavior therapy, but I would have appreciated if our teachers taught us more about how to conduct dialectical behavior therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy, even nuances of psychodynamic therapy, because I had to do that for myself on my own once I started my practice. So yeah, that is something that I wish I could have learned on my own, even if my college was not giving that to me. Okay. The fourth thing that I feel is about reading books, and I'm not talking about books that are prescribed to you in the course curriculum of psychology. There are a lot of general psychology books, and those thick books which have researches all around are given to you as a part of your studies curriculum. But I'm talking about books like this book, Courage to be Disliked. This is a book, and I had no idea about it. This book talks about the tenets of Alfred Adler. Alfred Adler is a psychoanalyst, a neo-psychologist who used to work with Freud but then drifted apart and found his own therapeutic skills, modalities, which are labeled under individual psychology. And that's about it. That's what I read in books of psychology that were prescribed in my curriculum. But I did not know the nuanced understanding he presented of therapy, he presented of life, his philosophies, which are a part of this book. And it's so easy for me to understand his ideas through this book and apply it into practice with my clients. Whereas if I just go by reading the basics of psychoanalysis, I only know that Adler talked about individual psychology, and I don't know anything else about it. And that makes me feel very bad, because there are a lot of these therapists, very good prominent therapists and psychologists who have talked in length about their work in these books, and their followers who have like captured their philosophies, and we don't get to read that because we're stuck in reading more about diagnosis, more about the research. And I'm not taking away the importance, those are also important, but these are equally important because these are the readings that you can actually reflect upon and apply in day-to-day life rather than those things. So I feel that I, as a student, would have wanted to read more of these books, and there are a number of these, and I'm sure you would have also found about that. So if there are any books that you feel really helped you understand the perspective of a particular psychologist, why not comment down below about that? And the last thing that I feel I should have done more is networking. And I think networking is something that has come up in almost all my videos because it is such an important thing. See, our profession as a whole of psychology is small. It was much smaller when I was doing my bachelor's. There were very few people who were pursuing this subject. So you already knew a lot of people because there were limited people in the profession. But as the field is growing, a lot of people are doing such unique things in this field, and it's good to know about it. It's good to know which psychiatrist in the industry is collaborative. Which psychiatrist can I refer my clients to? Who is a good supervisor? Who has a good name in the industry? I'll give you a very simple example. In the beginning of my career, I was not too experienced working with clients who had obsessive compulsive disorder, and I found it difficult to work with a lot of these clients, and I wanted somebody who had specialized in working with clients who have OCD so that I can refer my clients who are coming to them. And it is important for you to know all these things, otherwise you'll be left all alone in such a small profession where you can connect with different people and know so many things. And networks always help in referrals. So it's not just like a one-way street that the client is coming to you and you are referring them out, but a lot of times when people get to know you, they also start referring clients to you. So it's good for your business, it's good for your marketing, and it's good overall to remain connected, get participation in conferences, go and attend workshops of these people, and have a good idea about who is doing what in this industry. So that's about it. If you related to any of these points in the video and you felt that you also had similar regrets or similar reflections, let me know in the comment section below. And also tell me if there are any other videos that you'd like me to talk about. And as always, subscribe to the channel, share this video with people whom you feel will enjoy this kind of content, like this video, and put on the notification bell. Take care, have a good day, bye bye.